Good evening and welcome to Stand the Coach on the Power Prep Sports Network. Coming to you again. And joining me as usual is the coach, Coach Greg Ennis. Coach Stevie doesn't have the heart tonight, but how are things going with you?
It's going great. Had a good week. And a lot of action going on, getting ready to go on in the county though with and Andalusia softball. I mean, we got a good
Yeah,
show tonight.
yeah, the Andalusia lady softball team had a big area win, and our guest tonight is going to be their head coach, Coach Anthony Michael. He's going to sit down and talk with us. Then later on, if we can get the Op Bobcat himself, Coach Michael Cassady, may be joining us a little later in the show. They got third round action going up to Trinity in Montgomery. Uh, that's actually will be on Thursday. Everybody's trying to beat the rain, but hey, Coach, let's go ahead and bring Coach Michael in because we got a lot of stuff to talk to him about. Coach Michael, hey, this is Stan the coach. How are things going in Andalusia?
Hey, everything's going great. Everything is good over here.
Now I know y'all played about 18 hours of softball yesterday.
It felt like 18 hours for sure.
Now,
We left the school around 7:30 yesterday morning and got home about 10:45 last night.
and you
That's a long day.
that
That
is a
was an
long day.
extremely long day.
Now do you have to drive the bus or do
I
you have?
drove it back. We had somebody else that drove it over there for us.
Well, that was nice something to do that for you. Well, I know you spent many of them area tournaments there, spending that time right there, and we were talking just a little bit before you came on uh, about how many times since you've been coaching as a head coach, uh, percentage wise, there was about 5 out of 8
5 out of 8, we made it to regionals. Yes, sir.
made it to regionals.
And then got shut down on COVID year. Had
uh,
a real good chance of making it that year.
And yeah, I remember that team. Yeah, you had a good team that year. Was had a real good chance. Coach Ennis tell you 5 out of 8. If you go up to the plate and get 5 hits out of 8 at bats, and you're a pro.
You make a little bit. You can make a little bit of cash doing that. Well, how many games did y'all win this year?
We're sitting at 30-18 right now. So this is the third time in school history that 30 games has been won with the softball program.
Anthony, that's awesome. I mean, that's just for one to play 48 games or 40, how many 43 games, whatever it was,
48.
and then win 30 games. That's incredible. That speaks a lot about your girls' attitude toward the game too.
Hey, they love the game. They love to play the game. We play a lot of ball games, and we hope we got a lot to play.
Well, when you get down there to the regional, I know we were talking earlier. There's quite a few teams down there trying to move on. We talked about it. What there was 5 fields, 6 fields down there.
Yeah, I believe it's either 5 or 6, and you got 8 teams from Class 1A through 6A, and then you got 4 teams, I believe it is, in 7A. There's a lot of teams down there in 3 days playing ball.
That's just I've actually been lucky enough to attend it, not in the same shoes you're going in. I just went down there to watch it, and that if you like softball, Anthony, that is the place to be because you can watch. You can watch games all day long in every classification.
You are right. I mean, it is fun to watch. We got several local teams going down there this year. I believe it's going to be a good time. I think we're going to see a lot of good softball down there those 3 days.
I know you better pack your sunscreen and a big hat to cover your ears.
You dang right. It's going to be hot down there.
Well, Coach, I know wins. What you said, 30 wins in a season, and what you got? What is it? 6 seniors, 7 seniors?
Got 5 seniors this year.
Okay, well I was close.
You were close.
I was close. Who are those young ladies right there? That's your seniors this year.
We got Maggie Furr. We got Erin Riley. We got Elena Wheeler. We got Emma Capps. And we got Amanda Majors. And they've been with us since the 7th grade.
Wow. Well, those girls have played some softball.
They've had a lot of good years at Andalusia High School playing softball.
Coach, it's always fun to me to watch those girls grow up in the program and develop. And, I don't think there's any substitute for like you're talking about now, a girl in the 7th grade that stays with the program and plays all those games and gets to be a senior. It means something to those girls.
Oh, it does. I mean, when you finish after 6 years of playing softball or baseball or whatever you're doing, and you're in that program, you have a unity and a bond with everybody in the program.
Oh, absolutely. And now I understand you've got some young girls in your program right now that you're developing the exact same way.
That's it. We have had a tremendous JV season. Some of those girls moved up and are on the varsity team also. It's a building process, and it needs to be a continuous build. You just can't stop. You got to continuously build it and keep it going. The last few years, if you take out COVID year, we were 16-4 the year they shut everything down with COVID. We played 20 games, I believe it was, that year. That's pretty good, even though they shut you down. And last year we won 27 games. The year before COVID, we won 27 games. So we're doing very well at our school. Our girls, they've bought into what we are and who we are, and you got to give all the praise and the credit to the girls. They have bought in, and they're doing a great job with our program.
Now Coach, you mentioned your JV program. Now there was some coaching changes. You got a couple of guys that helped you this year with that program, assisting you.
Yes, I do. Coach Ray Bozeman came on this year. He come from the soccer side of it, and then moved into softball. And then we hired Coach Michael Fox to come in this year, and he's helped us a lot. 2 great assistants. They work hard. Can't say enough about how good they've done working together, trying to build everything and create that program and that atmosphere where we expect to make the playoffs every year, where we expect to go to regionals, go to state, and try to enhance our program and make it better.
Well, you said Ray Bozeman came in from soccer. I bet nobody had to twist his arm to make that move.
He loved that game. He loved those kids. Both of y'all know you've coached multiple sports. When y'all
Not soccer.
Hey, you develop a bond with those kids, and it's hard to lead these kids some days.
It is. I'll have to agree with you on that, Anthony. It is, and and I've told people before, I don't care what you're coaching, you spend more time at that age with those kids than their parents do, and you develop like you said, a bond with them, and I used to tell my senior parents all the time, look, you have to go through this graduation and then moving on one time. I have to do it every year. And it's just as emotional every year with those kids moving on as it was the first time. And you develop that bond. But I think that's what helps a program grow. Because we've talked about it before. I've heard people say, kids have to, before a kid can play for you, They've got to believe that you care. And I've heard that, and I think there's some truth to that. But I believe nowadays, before a kid can play for you, they've got to trust you. And they've got to trust that you're going to do and work towards what's best for them. And
I agree with you.
Apparently, y'all have done a great job with that.
These girls I've had for the last. I've been here doing this the last stint for the last 8 years, and they're like my kids.
Yeah,
they are my daughters, and we've laughed together, we've cried together, we've just done a lot. And these girls that I've had that are seniors and juniors, most of them, I coached some of them in rec ball when they were 6 and 7 years old, and we went to North Carolina and played Babe Ruth regionals in North Carolina at that age. So I've been around them for the last 12, 13 years. They are like my kids.
yeah.
You got to see them grow up, and
I did get to see them grow up, and they grew up with my kids. And it's a great bond. It's a great respect we have for each other, and it's been fun watching them grow up and play the game.
Well, I know with the success you've had, you have some successful players. I know up to this point, you've had one sign to go play college. Who is that, and where they're going?
That's Maggie Fern. She's going to be going to Enterprise State in the fall, and going to be attending school over there, and going to be playing for the Boll Weevils.
For the Boll Weevils.
For the Boll Weevils, and she's going to further her education and further her playing career. And we're still hoping we can get maybe one or however many wants to sign for this year, this graduating class, and maybe they can play beyond the high school level also.
Well, no. Now, what position does Maggie play?
She's a pitcher, and she'll play outfield, center field, left field.
Okay.
So she does several things.
Well, that is, I know that's what they're looking for at that level, is one that can do a lot of different things. Well,
that underhand pitching, Stan, you ever tried that?
Tried pitching or tried hitting it?
Have you ever tried pitching underhand?
Yeah, I usually throw it over the house.
I don't know how these girls do it. I coached softball for a little. Well, they had me coaching softball for a little while. I could never. That's one skill I never mastered. Is throwing that thing underhand.
Well, you got to start when you're like 6 and 7 years old.
Oh, you do?
I firmly believe that. You got to start as soon as you're able to pick up a ball and throw if you want to pitch.
It is muscle memory.
And
it is an art to it.
Amazing. It's amazing how those girls can pitch that ball. And I tell you, that's one of the things I like about watching girls softball is, which I love baseball and softball as well, but the softball is a much faster paced game. And a lot of strategy at the plate, in the field. I mean, it's in both sports, but I guess because the field is smaller and you can kind of see it, and you can see them girls go to the plate, you know what they're up there to do. Now, do y'all have some that like to just slap it and beat it in the ground? And
yeah, we got a slapper, and she started very early. You were talking about learning early. She started early. We've developed some slappers over the years. We've got power hitters. Softball to me has evolved into more of a hitting sport now.
that's the next thing I was going to go to, Coach. Is I've seen, on social media and stuff, you've had quite a few girls hit multiple home runs in games.
We have had, we're 25, 26, 27 home runs for the year, if I'm not bad wrong.
Now, is that a record?
That is a record in Andalusia High School. We've got one young lady she's over 14. We got a couple that's over 6 or 7. We've had multiple girls hit multiple home runs for the year. And when I first started with Coach Sasser, and we talked about this today, and I started in 6 was my first year. The theory back then was if you can score 1 or 2 runs a game, you were in good shape.
Oh yeah.
Now you need to score 5, 6, 7 runs a game to be in good shape. It's evolved in a hitter's game compared to used to be a pitcher's game. But when they moved the rubber back 3 feet, that changed the dynamics of the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, and to me, I've said this before. Everybody's probably tired of hearing it, but watching a girls' softball game is kind of like watching them playing tennis on a ping pong table.
It's different.
Yeah, I mean, it's fast, and I'll tell you what I just love to watch, and that is those girls at that level are so competitive and have a knowledge of the game that, I mean, it's if you didn't tell somebody it was girls out there, all they would say is whoever that team is, they're getting after it.
You're right. 60-foot bases, you better not bobble the ball on the infield because they're going to beat it out. And it is a fast-paced game. We played a game the other day. It was a 7-inning game, and we played it in an hour and 5 minutes. And that's moving quick.
That is quick.
And I mean, we've played several over the years. It's been just over an hour. It's just now there's some of them that's long. Some of them's 2 hours, 2.5 hours. We have had. I've watched one we was talking about a while ago that was 4 hours. It is a different game than baseball in this aspect of how quick it is. And it's to me, it's a great game. I love watching it.
Oh, I do too. I just, hey, there's times especially when these college start getting into regional and stuff like that. I'll sit down and watch girls softball at the collegiate level all afternoon. I love watching. It's just
like you said, they're very competitive. And if you're not careful, you'll get your teeth knocked out of your head.
And what gets me is I can't think of a sport that you could play, that these girls could play, that would help them in softball other than playing softball. The skill sets that they have to develop, I mean, they can only do that by playing softball. Shooting a free throw ain't going to help you in softball.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You've got to work those skills.
Well, Coach,
I do. It's pitching's muscle memory, hitting is muscle memory. It's just there's a lot of effort that goes into the game now.
And it's so fun to watch. It is. It's a great game. Those girls play hard. And Coach, what y'all doing in Andalusia as far as getting to the regionals as many times you have, that's just amazing. That is. Y'all are doing a great job there.
Well, Coach, tell us when regionals start, first round matchup, and all that good stuff.
All right. We're going to go down next Tuesday. That'll be the 10th. We don't play till Wednesday. We'll play Wednesday at 9 o'clock in the morning. All 8 teams in the southern region of 5A will play that day. I don't know, for the people that don't know how this works, there's 4 regionals in the state. So you'll have 32 teams at regionals, 8 at each place. And we'll play that Wednesday at 9 o'clock, and we're going to play LaFleur. And we should play again at 1:45 that afternoon. It should be good to go. Hopefully be good to go, and we play till we lose too. And we play till we qualify for state. That's one of the others going to happen.
Well, Andy, all right, we're going to go ahead and assume y'all going to qualify for state. How many teams from the region go to the state?
We'll have 2 from each region that will go to the state tournament in Oxford. And this will be the second year that they've held it in Oxford.
Why do they hold it in Oxford?
They have a brand, or as I say, it's brand new. It is a very new complex. Uh, they have permanent fences. They actually have a collegiate quality high school field stadium up at Oxford that I believe they play all of the state championship, the final games in.
But that's Oxford is not somewhere that you just get in the car and go, "Hey, I believe I'm going to take a trip to Oxford."
They they made the decision last year, I think around December, to move that thing, and mainly because of the facilities. Because, like I said, they're very new. They're 2 or 3 years old. Like I say, all of them's permanent fences, and it's just a great venue to play in, a great venue to have have all these teams in. You'll have a, once again, you should have about 60 teams at the state tournament.
Yeah. Where does all those people stay in Oxford?
I believe they stay in Birmingham and everywhere else around.
I would imagine. I don't. I don't think you want to stay in the Oxford Inn with a bunch of teenage girls. I just don't think that'd be very good. But that's the one thing I was thinking was where, how do they, how do they house all those?
I
Because
don't know. I really can't answer that because I don't know about that. I talked to a couple of coaches that was there last year. They say it's one of the finest facilities that they've ever seen, and it's just a great, great place to be there.
well, you're gonna get to tell us all about it when y'all get back.
We want to be there. We
Well,
want to be
Coach,
one of the last 8 teams in 5A softball and play for a state championship.
well, Coach, we wish you best of luck. We hope we are too, and I know y'all gonna go down to Gulf Shores and represent Andalusia well.
We're gonna do our best, and we're gonna do our best to be qualifier 1 coming out of the Gulf Shores region.
I heard that.
That's what we're
Absolutely.
wanting.
Well, Coach, good luck. Got a few days to get a little practice in, get a little rest in as well, and good luck next week.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate you having me on. Always great to talk to you.
Thanks, Anthony.
Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Oh,
He's
Coach,
always good to have on.
he is.
I like having Anthony on.
I didn't realize he'd been that many times there to the regionals.
I knew he had been a bunch. When we were talking to him before we got started, that's one reason I wanted to bring it up because,
that's not easy to do.
And I hate to say this, I really do, but sometimes these girl sports get overlooked.
They do.
And you're talking about a softball coach right here in Covington County that has been to the regions. What do you say? 5 times out of 7, 5 times out of 8.
5 out of 8.
Yeah, and has just put together a program where they've got a 30-win season. He's got one girl already signed, and that's what we're talking about. When we're on here talking about football, baseball, it doesn't matter, and we talk about building a program. We're talking about somebody that doesn't just win this year, but anytime they show up your place, you go, dang, I can't believe we got to play them again.
Yeah.
And that's what he's done there. He has built a program that's known throughout the state.
Yeah. And I think
that's just amazing.
I think a thing that boosted that program is when they built the field on campus. You can put that field against any field in the state.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's we've got, and I hate to say this, and I'm not knocking the program when I say this, but we've got a junior college right there in Andalusia and their girls softball field that they play on is nowhere close to the type of facilities that the high school plays on.
No. Oh, they got a great program, Coach.
Oh, and I'm gonna tell you something else. They got a great guy running it right now.
They do.
With
Speaking
some really good help.
Yes. Speaking of great guys and great programs, guess who we're about to have on with us?
The Michael Cassady.
The Michael Cassady, Mr. Bobcat himself, Mr. Baseball. You talk about going area championships, going second, third, fourth round. We're gonna talk to him.
He told me that they were gonna win it all this year.
Well, he that statement can still come true.
I know. I hope it does.
All right, we're gonna get him in right here. It's always good to have him. Hey, this is 3 weeks in a row.
It is, isn't it?
That's my
Well, if
deal.
he keeps winning, he's going to keep coming back.
Yeah.
It's the law. It came down with Obamacare.
Yes, state law. Got to come back.
It came down with Obamacare.
Let's get him in right here. Let me get him on the big screen right here. This is Coach Michael Cassady of the Bobcats getting ready to go play Trinity out of Montgomery, one of those private schools.
I hate private schools.
In Montgomery. And Coach, how's things going?
I was good until Greg started telling a bunch of lies.
Well, next week. Hey, tell us a little bit about Trinity.
Well, they're well coached. There's a guy there that I think he's won 8 or 10 state championships, Ken Whittle, who retired a couple of years ago, and their assistant, Jared Cook, who was up under him for a long time, got the job, and he's really, doing things like Coach Whittle did. They're really fundamentally sound. They don't make a lot of errors. Their stats are offensively are similar to ours. Their pitching stats are similar to ours. They've got 3 or 4 guys that's got a bunch of innings. They've got some mid-80 guys that throw all 3 pitches. So we've got our work cut out for us. We're playing a good team, well-coached team, and they're going to put some pressure on you on defense. They're going to bunt. They're going to bunt for hits, hit and run, slash. They're going to do a lot of things to try to make you make mistakes. And, everybody I talked to said the one thing that you can't do is beat yourselves, because that's laying in their own hands. And that's how they've won a lot of games, with other teams making mistakes.
Well, Coach Cassady, I got to ask you this, and all seriousness, over the years, since you've taken over the program at Opp, I have been impressed every year with the way your kids hit the ball. They're aggressive at the plate. They make great contact. I'm gonna say this. I don't think you have 3 or 4 what you would call power hitters, but your guys make contact and put the ball in play over the years, not just this team, over the years, better than any high school team I have seen. What do y'all do different?
They chop wood over an Opp, Coach.
No, I mean, well, let me change this. I don't want you to get into what all y'all do as far as drills and stuff. How do you get that mindset across to those kids?
One thing that we are fortunate, we've got an indoor building. So, a lot of teams, whenever it rains or whenever it's bad weather or when it's cold, early in the season, a lot of them, they have to go to a cage, or they have to go, to the gym and hit wiffle balls or tennis balls. We're fortunate. We get to go in our indoor, and it's got 2 drop down cages, 2 portable mounds. And, we do several drills, several tee work, front toss, different things. But, the biggest thing that we try to do is teach them counts. And you can't, when you see live pitching, you'll understand that, we feel like you get out early in the count. And it might be an 0-0 count. It might be 1-0-0. You want to have success early in the count. And so we preach to them about seeing a pitch they're looking for early in the count. And if they don't like it, then let it go. And then they got to change that on the next pitch, if it's a 1-0 pitch or an 0-1 pitch. And these kids have really, really bought in this year and, done a really good job having a plan at the plate. And that's why we've been really fortunate because, we hit it really, really – we probably played the best game that we played all year in that first game against T.R. Miller. We pitched really well, played solid defense, and I think we had 12 or 13 hits. And, and it was similar to that game 3. Pitched well, played great defense, and had, I don't know, probably 10 or 12 hits again. I think I said last week on the show, the team that makes the fewest mistakes and the team that hits with runners in scoring position is going to move on. And, we were fortunate enough the first game and third game, and we did that. We pitched and played good defense game too. We just didn't hit it.
Yeah.
And I think because our pitcher gave up only 4 hits. We didn't hit the ball.
Is Sperling still undefeated?
He is. And Tanner Hall's undefeated this year.
Wow.
So.
Well, I know who I'd be throwing first and second game.
I think if I don't throw them first and second, they might there might be a fight in the dugout. But
I don't blame them.
Well,
those guys have been really, really consistent all year for the past 3 years, and they've and like I said, the good thing they throw all 3 pitches. They can throw all 3 for strikes, and we really, really want to pound the zone early and get hitters behind and get them guessing. And we got to do that again tomorrow because they're a good team and they're a good hitting team. They're 3 and 4 hole guys, can really swing it, and so we've got to do the same thing and get ahead in the count.
Now,
I'm gonna say this about Sperling. I've got to see him pitch twice this year, and there was one game, I believe it was Andalusia, that he got down. It was 3-0, and I thought, well, he's just going to go ahead and throw it outside, let him chase it if he does, get him on base. No, it looked like he was pissed off. That's the only way to put it, and just bared down and said, "All right, buddy, here it comes," and he ended up striking the kid out on 3 straight pitches. The first one, he got the first strike on a curveball. Mike, you don't see a whole lot of high school kids that's got confidence enough to throw a curve on a 3-0 count.
They do, man. I'm telling you, these guys, it doesn't matter what the count is, 3-0, 3-1, 1-2. We want to try to keep the hitters guessing, and I've got confidence in those guys to throw those pitches on those hitters' counts 4 strikes, and that's what they've done, and that's how they've been successful all year. And Walt's a bulldog on the mound, and Tanner, all those guys are, and and it makes my job easy calling pitches when they can do that.
Well, it was funny to me that he didn't look when he got that 3-0 count. He didn't have that look of disgust. He had that look of, I'm fixing to come get you, and you better be ready for this.
That's right.
And
they know that we can't knock those. That's right. We want those guys to earn it. If they hit it, but we want them to earn it. We don't want to walk anybody. And I'll be honest, y'all, our worst pitch is 0-2. We've got several batters 0-2, and we'll slip up and throw one right down the middle, or we'll slip up and throw one just a little bit, and that's been our worst. I mean, that's where a lot of kids are getting hits off of us is 0-2 instead of 2-0 or 2-1 or 3-1. So we've really worked on that this week, not throwing something over the plate 0-2, and but those guys they're just used to pitching, and pounding the zone. So,
well, I know
tell you what, they're fun to watch.
I know the game has been moved up from Friday to Thursday. The series has. Has that been a factor as far as in preparation?
We usually our plan normally is during the week, if we play on Friday, we enter squad on Monday, do nothing but defense Tuesday, nothing but offense Wednesday, and then we put it all together on Thursday. It's been a little bit different. We got rained out Monday. We didn't even see it on the forecast. On Monday, we're out there inter-squad, and after about the second inning, it just comes down, and it floods our field so quick that we had to go in the indoor and finish our bullpen work and finish, our hitting and stuff. So that did hurt us a little bit. But Tuesday, we changed our plan up a little bit. We did do nothing but defense, but we did throw a little bit of offense in there. And then today, we put it all together again. And, I like those old football coaches used to say, hay's in the barn now. So we're ready to drive to Montgomery tomorrow morning.
Well, Mike, Stan was telling me something about what was it, Stan, about the state playoffs?
If Class 3A and 4A, correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, you're fixing it's awful.
If you make it to the championship, after you play your series that weekend, and say you go Friday and then you have to go a game 3 on Saturday. Either way, Friday or Saturday is bad. And you have to turn around on Monday and start your series.
Yeah. It's you should have been on our group email. They were all the 3A and 4A coaches got an email from the Alabama High School Athletic Association to remind us that the 3A and 4A play Monday and Tuesday. And, the state sets the rules on it, and it says you've got to play Friday, Saturday if both coaches don't agree. Well, that puts us, some teams at a disadvantage because – and that's one reason why me and Coach Cook at Trinity moved our game up to Thursday, because it was 80% chance of rain on Friday. And we know whoever wins this is going to have to play the semifinal game on a Wednesday, Thursday now. Because there's no way you can play Friday, Saturday, then turn around and play a state championship game on Monday, Tuesday. It's, what we were trying.
How long, let me ask you this, Mike. How long, all right, let's say during the season, y'all have a Tuesday game and you throw Spurley. How long do you wait? And let's say he throws a complete game, because every game I've seen him throw, he threw a complete game. So let's say he throws a complete game. When do you throw him again?
Well, by rule, you can't throw if he's thrown over 100. Well, just say he's not thrown over 75 pitches. You can't throw him for 3 days.
All right.
So anybody,
how is that going to come into play with the state championship?
Well, on the email we got, it says the pitch count will stay the same. We'll have no adjustments to it. You still have to abide by it. And that's why we were all emailing them, because what we were trying to explain to them was the 3A and 4A, if they play Friday, Saturday, they're fixing to go into a state championship game to equivalent of a football team not having a starting quarterback, or the basketball team not having a starting point guard, because now you're going to be down your game 1 and game 2 guys and go play a state championship game. And it's not fair. It's not, you talk about what's best for the kids, and that's not what's best for our kids, for any class and any team. And so we've got to play that series a Wednesday, Thursday of next week, because my guys, like, for example, we pitched, Friday and walked through, I think, 99 or 102 pitches, and Tanner threw about the same. And they didn't throw again Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I gave them 3 days off from throwing the baseball, and then they picked it back up yesterday, Sunday, Monday. They picked it back up and threw a light 90 feet, and then they threw today. They've got to have 3 or 4 days. If not, their arms, you're not going to get anything out of them to be able to go back out there and do and be successful.
Well, let me ask you this. How safe is it for a kid to throw 90, 100 pitches on Friday and then pitch on Monday?
It's not. We're not going to do that and jeopardize a kid's arm. And like I said, it's just not fair to any team to have to do that. I don't understand why the state can't play at 2 venues, or they can't move that game back to at least a Tuesday to give these arms the adequate time to rest, and to help their team out. I'm not sitting here a 7A with 10 arms. I don't have that. And So it's just, to me, it's not feasible for us to be able to do that, or for anybody 4A or 5A and below. If you're counting on your game 1 and game 2 guy to go on Friday, and he pitches 75, 76 pitches, well, then he's got to sit for 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. He can't come back to pitch until Tuesday. And
where are they playing the state championships at?
Ours is at Jacksonville State and
Oxford.
So it's a 4.5 hour, whatever that is.
Yeah, it's a long drive, but I know there's got to be some venues in the state that would support more teams, where you could play more, and you wouldn't have to stretch it out like that, isn't there?
There is. I mean, you can go. What the best thing I would think you can do is go like 1 through 3A or 1 through 4A and play them in like Mobile area, and do it a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or 5A, 6A, 7A in Birmingham, Oxford, if that's what they want to do. And then every year just swap it, where the team from the north's got to drive down to the south and teams from the south's got to drive to north, just so it's fair for everybody. But it's not fair for a 3A and a 4A to have to play on Monday and the semifinal games is on Friday, Saturday. That's not fair to anybody.
No.
Well, how about this?
And like we said before, it's not safe.
It isn't.
I mean, don't start it on Monday. Wait till Wednesday.
That was our emails in there. Why wouldn't we start this a Tuesday or a Wednesday? At least a Tuesday, you're getting 3 days rest. I always try to give mine 4. But it's just.
Well, they must have had a 6th grade class come up with the schedule.
I don't know. I know my email has been burning with the group text and stuff, because a lot of 3A and 4A coaches are not happy right now, and and good reason, because.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter who you are when you get there. Both teams are.
You got to throw your 5 or 6 on game 1.
Yeah, and
I mean,
good luck.
You're right.
I don't understand. I don't understand their reasoning behind this. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. As a parent, and Mike, you know this because you've got one still playing too. As a parent, if my son pitched on Saturday and I turned around and I saw the coach fixing to throw him on Monday, I think I might have to go over there and go, hey, I don't know if it's a good idea or not.
That's right. I mean, it doesn't matter what age you are. You got to watch kids' arms, and you got to take care of kids' arms. And, to me, the Alabama High School preaches on safety and what's best for the kids. Well, this isn't what's best for the kids, and it's not.
No, well, Mike, that's just like, all right, last night, Ori's little 12-year-old team was playing over there at Ox. And the kid that we had pitching, he's 10. He's not even 12. He's 10. When he got to 60, I told him, you better finish this inning quick, because if not, you're coming out.
Right.
And it's not worth it to me to see a kid blow his elbow when he's got more games to play.
That's right.
And whether you're talking about your pitchers or somebody else's, it's not worth it. And they're putting y'all as coaches in a horrible situation.
Well, I mean, if I am fortunate, to win the next 2 rounds and get to the state final game, I want to be able to throw my number 1 against whoever we're playing, their number 1, because that's how it should be.
Let's find out who's best.
Let's not go to where we can't do it because he pitched 120 pitches on Friday and he can't pitch on Monday. Now we got to do something different. I mean, you want the 2 best teams in the state, and you need them at full speed and full capacity, and you need every one of them to be able to throw and be eligible to throw. Well, you're not setting it up like that.
Well,
I
I
would like to hear their logic behind it.
Here it is, Coach, right here.
Yeah. Yeah, you got that right.
I mean, I really would. I would like to hear their logic behind it.
Well, here it is.
You know, we can't run the option anymore because they won't let us cut. But they're going to make y'all throw on Saturday and then turn around and throw on Monday.
That's right.
But we can't cut on the corner on the option. I don't like that.
What if you get it? What if you get rain on Friday, Saturday? You know, what if you get? They won't let you. The Alabama High School Athletics won't let you play on Sunday. So, what they gonna do then?
Yeah,
that's why we're moving up.
And we all know it's not likely to rain this time of the year in South Alabama.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, that's just like you were talking about Monday. Y'all standing out there, and all of a sudden it floods.
It did, and we looked on the radar before we went out.
Well,
that popped up in a hurry.
You know, I don't think a whole lot of thought went into this. That's what I think about it right there.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't think Alabama High School
I'm bamboozled right now.
Has the ability to think. I think these guys have been educated beyond their means.
That's all I got to say about that. Yeah, it's, you know, I think that's all it comes down to is that cha-ching right there. And, well, Coach, maybe it won't come to that. Maybe y'all get your game in, going to the state championship, and it rains on Monday and Tuesday.
That would be nice to give us a couple extra days.
Yeah, that could be the best scenario. But
did you see that with me and Jared, the coach from Trinity, because we know whoever wins out of this is going to play in the semis, and more than likely the winner of Bayside and Thomasville. The thing with them, they're going to go ahead and play on Friday. Well, it's 80%. And so now they're going to have to back that up to Saturday. So, you know, I don't know when they're going, you know, both teams again has got to agree to play early. And if they don't agree to play early, then you got to turn around and play on Friday. Because that's what the state set up.
Yeah, them coaches will be doing this. They'll be doing this right. Yeah, they'll be crying because they ain't going to get it
in. Because, like you said, you can't play on so they could end up having to play
Saturday, Monday.
Yeah.
Saturday and Monday. Or if it rains Saturday, they would have to play Friday and Monday.
Or it could be Monday, Tuesday.
I mean, isn't that right? If it rains, if it comes to a 3-game series and it rains on Saturday, they'd have to push that back to Monday.
That's right.
And I'll be honest with you, Mike, I don't know if I had to play on Monday, if I would agree to play on Wednesday or on Thursday.
And see, that's where I think the state should come in and say everybody needs to be playing the quarterfinals on Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
That's what they should do. Instead of both administrators, both coaches have got to agree to it. If they don't agree to it, then your set time is Friday at 4:30. Well, I mean, if one of the coaches or administrators don't agree to it, then it rains on Friday, which it's going to rain on Friday. It's 80% chance everywhere in the state. And so now Bayside and Thomasville is going to play Saturday. And for some reason, if it splits, the if game is going to be Monday because you can't play Sunday. So,
yeah, well, that's crazy. Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming on again 3 weeks in a row. Big series there at Trinity. Get your tickets at GoFan right there.
Hey, tell everybody, Mike, what time the game starts and that kind of stuff too.
Thursday at 1. Tentatively the second game 3 to 3:30, And then the if game is, set for Friday at 1, but we've already talked about it. If there's any rain, showing he's not going to make me drive up there that morning, we're going to come back and do it Saturday at 1.
Okay.
Good deal. Well, Coach, we wish you nothing but the best of luck. And I will go ahead and guarantee y'all win this series. You're going to be on again the following week. And the gold jacket.
Oh, bring the gold jacket out.
It's coming out.
There you go.
It's coming out. Well, listen. Hey, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Coach Ennis with Coach Cassady with us right here. We're going to talk to him a little bit after the show. Hey, good luck. Go Bobcats. And this is Stan for Coach Greg Ennis and Coach Michael Cassady. Stan the coach on the Power Prep Sports Network. We'll see you again next week.
Appreciate y'all, guys.
Hey.